Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Miri and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the background noise that I hope is very faint, my twin boy is kind of giving daddy a hard time right now. Please bear with me on that one. And as you could tell by the title of the video, today we are going to review the new Dior Forever. This is the matte foundation. It has been reformulated and we're gonna talk about that. So if you would like to know my thoughts, then just go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so let's talk about this new reformulated Dior foundation. This is what the bottle looks like. It is the Dior Forever Matte Foundation with SPF of 15. It retails for $52. It has 1 ounce in here, which is the standard for your foundations. It has a 12-month shelf life and it was made in France. This is the matte formula. I only own the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation from the old formula. If I do remember correctly, they actually reformulated this one as well. It was changed from a couple of years back. So it was changed once to this, and then now this one was changed again, but I decided not to grab the glowy one. I decided to grab the matte one for this review. I do really enjoy the fact that this is like a glossy glass and this one is like a frosted glass, so you could tell the difference between your matte and your glowy. In the glow, I got the shade 3W. Don't ask me why I got warm, because I don't have warm undertones and this is way too warm for my skin tone. And for the new bottle, I did purchase the shade 3N. It is just a tiny bit too dark, but it's going to work great because once I start getting a little bit more sun, it'll be perfect. It might then be just a tiny bit light, so I feel like it's the shade that's right in between my winter shade and my summer shade, so I can make this work absolutely perfectly. Okay, so let me read you off real quick. It says here, the Dior foundation with 24-hour transfer proof wear. It has skincare ingredients and it is a matte formula that visibly improves skin over time. It is a medium coverage matte foundation and it is free of parabens. Okay, so I did see a couple of reviews on this foundation just because I was curious. You know, I'm a curious bird. And I did see a couple of main points. So for sure the difference is that this one only has a 15 SPF and the older version had a 30 SPF. But honestly, that should not make a difference. You should still be applying your SPF under your foundation. In order for you to get the actual 15 SPF from this foundation, you have to wear a ton of it. So don't rely on that and still wear your SPF. So the ingredients in the SPF changed, and that is another reason why this was reformulated. They wanted to make it a more clean version of a foundation than the prior formula. And the last one is that it has skincare in the actual foundation. So by wearing this over time, it improves your skin. I would not rely on that. I hate it when foundations claim that, because for me personally, I feel like skincare needs to be skincare and makeup needs to be makeup. Yes, it's nice when, you know, makeup has added bonuses with skincare products in it that help, you know, with blemishes or whatnot. But at the end of the day, makeup is made for one purpose and skincare is made for another. So it's nice that that's in there, but honestly, that should not change your skincare routine at all. At least I don't feel it should. So those are the 3 claims from what I gathered of the reviews that I did see that change and why this is now a reformulated formula. Okay, let's get started with the application because I do have some thoughts on that. Okay, I brought you in a tiny bit closer. I am going to use the Touches Silk Canvas for my T-zone, and then I'm going to use the liquid canvas for the rest of my face. I already have my skincare down from earlier today. And I did put SPF. I always do. You should always put SPF. Even if the product you're using claims that it has SPF. Okay, guys? All right, so I'm just going to show you real quick a pump of the old formula. So as you can see, it is runny, but not too bad, you know? Now let's do one of the new formula. I know it's going to be different because this is the matte, but this is what I have to work with, okay? So I definitely feel like the old formula is a lot more runny than the new formula. As far as the Skin Glow one, because I don't have the old matte version. Okay, so now I'm going to apply 1/2 of my face. I am letting you know right off the bat, this is pretty fragranced. So if you don't like fragrance in your products, you might not like this. I am going to start blending this out fairly quickly because this formula does not give you much time to blend out your foundation. It actually starts to dry down fairly quick. So you have to work fast, and I mean fast. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the difference between this side of the face, and it is a tiny bit darker than my skin tone on the face, but if you look at my neck, it's like just a pinch darker, not too bad. I also wanted to show you what's left over on my hand as far as the swatch. Like, this feels like it's pretty much dried down. I also feel like it leaves a powdery texture to it. So this is definitely a foundation that sets down very well, which is probably the reason why you have a little to no time to actually blend it out. Like, there are some spots where I can see a little bit of patching because I wasn't fast enough in blending it, and recording and blending foundation is a lot harder than if I'm just blending this out because I'm just doing my makeup. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me finish off the other side off camera, and then I'll show you a close-up of what my skin looks like with the foundation. Okay guys, so I am all done applying the foundation. This is what we are looking like. Again, the shade is just a tiny bit darker than my skin tone, not by much, but in the summer this will be absolutely perfect. It might just be a tiny bit too light when I'm really tanned. Here it is. As far as the Dior Forever Skin Glow, I have not been able to use this to its full potential because it is so dark. I do have to mix in some of my concealer, and as you could tell, I have used quite a bit. Up to here because I have to mix the concealer with this in order to make it work, because if not, it just looks not good. I don't know what the formulation for the Skin Glow looks like just on its own without me mixing concealer on it. It's nice. I do like the way my base looks when I wear that foundation, but I don't feel like I have a true opinion about it since I haven't been able to just use it on its own. Now this one, the matte version and the new reformulated version, so far I am really liking what I am seeing. The reason I used the Silk Canvas primers is because they are very hydrating. I don't enjoy matte foundations as much as I did because they now feel dry on my skin. We did get a cold front here in Texas not too long ago. We're getting another one. So glowy and hydrating products are what attracts me right now. Okay, so here is a close-up of my skin. It definitely looks like my skin. So I would agree with the medium coverage. I don't know if I would build this up to full. I don't know. This formula is very tricky. You literally have no more than 10-15 seconds to blend this out. The formula is that powdery or drying. It doesn't feel drying, like my face or skin does not feel tight or drying, but the formula and the blending out, that is the tricky part, and some people might not like that. I know the couple of reviews that I did watch, they did not like that. Blending this out with your finger was not, at least it didn't look like the easiest. I know when I blended it out here, it felt like your fingers were dragging. I definitely feel like a brush is the best way to go with this formula right here. Let me go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and I will be back. All right, guys, here is a close-up of what the skin looks like now that I am done with my makeup. I am truly really enjoying this foundation. I did set my under eyes with a loose powder and I used my beauty blender little sponge. I used this for the under eyes and my T-zone, and on the rest of my face I used like a very fluffy brush just to kind of buff out a very slight layer of powder to kind of set everything into place. Although I don't feel like you really need to set this foundation, but I am weird and I have to set it. I do love the way it is looking. I did do a wear test yesterday. I unfortunately just forgot to record. It was the birthday celebration for my twins. Yeah, I just I did enjoy the way my face looked at the end of the day. The only thing that I did see was my T-zone did look just a tiny bit, and it was like a micro tiny bit more oily than I wished, but I am 100% sure it's the powder that I used to set the whole face. So the Dior Backstage Pressed Powder, I love that powder, but it's more of a finishing powder. I have tried using it to set my whole face and it just does not contain the oils in my T-zone. I thought maybe using this little puff to kind of press it in instead of, you know, buffing it out with like a brush. I thought maybe that would do a better job, but it didn't. But other than that, it looked absolutely beautiful at the end of the day. I wore it for about 7 hours and I really enjoyed it. I will put a picture here of what it looked like just so you could see. But like I said, I forgot to film any check-ins. Okay, so let me zoom on out and we can talk and finish up this video. Okay guys, please excuse the puffiness in my hair. Today was hair wash day and that is why we are looking nice and fluffy with lots and lots of volume. I did kind of fix it up. I didn't want to do too much. It's kind of fixed up. I will link everything else I have on my face down below in case you're curious. I pretty much always do. Okay, so what do I think about this Dior Forever Matte Foundation, the new reformulated formula? I am honestly really enjoying it. I did not think that I would enjoy this as much as I am, considering that it is a matte foundation and right now the weather is kind of making my skin feel dehydrated and dry, but I honestly still do feel it's not drying my skin at all. I feel like I barely have anything at all. I can move my face. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel tight. It feels good. And I don't know if you remember, but when I first applied it, it did have just a tiny bit of a natural glow to the foundation. Now, it could have been a mixture of the Tatcha primer and the foundation, but I did hear a couple of people from the reviews that I saw saying that it did look like it had just a tiny bit of glow to it, even though it was a matte foundation. And then once they set it, at least the parts that they set, then it did kind of mattify to what I have now. It's not a true matte, I don't think. I think it's like a soft, silky matte, if that makes sense. I went ahead and applied primer and did everything that I would do on a normal day with my makeup, because there is no sense of testing this formula out as is with like no primer or anything like that, because that's not how I'm going to use it. I know a lot of reviewers like to just test the product out itself, like they'll try it without a primer and all that other good stuff, but that is not how I would wear it. And what better way to test out a foundation than to make sure and do all of the steps that I would do on my normal makeup day. That is why I do my wear test the way that I do. Okay, so overall, I do give this Dior foundation a thumbs up. I think it wears beautifully. I think the finish is gorgeous. It's lightweight. The price is fairly decent for being a luxury brand foundation. Although I do, you know, $52 is still quite a bit of money. But if you are on the market for purchasing a new luxury brand foundation, I definitely do feel like you would enjoy this one. If you are oily skin, I don't know how this would work for you. I can definitely find a couple of reviews that I watched from people with different skins, you know, normal, dry, oily, and link them down below just so you can check them out in case your skin type does not align with mine, and then that way you can go and check out somebody else's who does align with your skin type. Yeah, I'm enjoying this and I'm excited to keep using it. I did use the Dior Forever Skin Concealer, and this is in the shade 1.5 Neutral. I do wish I had the 2N, which is the 2 Neutral, just because this one is just a tiny bit too light, and you can definitely see that my eyes are brighter, but it's still a beautiful concealer and it pairs very well with this foundation. Okay, well that pretty much concludes this video of testing out this new foundation. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoyed me trying out this new luxury brand foundation. The Charlotte Tilbury foundation should be coming in the mail I think tomorrow, so I will be doing that soon. I feel like I've just been having really bad luck with shipping because I feel like I'm uploading my reviews super late compared to everybody else, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay guys, I would love it if you gave this video a big ol' thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, I will see you on the next video. Bye.